Welcome to That 80s Show, and Dori, please stop drinking brown liquids. How many times do I have to tell you the brown liquids are going to be the end of you? Don't do it.
It sounds so dodge.
It is dodgy, but listen, if you showed up to That 80s Show, if this is one of your favorite things on the internet, congratulations, well done. Do you understand what people have been through to get here, Dori? They've survived the satanic panic. Okay, that's what they got through to get to the show. They've survived. They lived through corporal punishment. Remember? Jacks. People getting jacks.
Yep.
They survived that.
To get smacked on my hands.
That's what I'm saying.
They on their hands,
corporal punishment. They survived it. Mm-hmm. They even survived jawbreakers, Dori. Not even jawbreakers could kill the people. But listen, here's the bad news, though. You survived all those things. But one thing that I think is creeping up on you, coming late on the rails, that you're starting to feel the effects of, is that extra serving of In the Fenta, Mr. Fenta steaks. That cholesterol burnt into you at 10 years old is starting to, you go to the doctor and they say, why is your blood 90% processed cheese? And you go, well, it's in the center. Blame Paul Slabberslapski.
I never had those things. They looked so delicious, but I never had them.
How come? You're not vegan?
No,
we didn't have vegans in the 80s.
I don't know. It was just something, when I was growing up, we never had frozen meat. It wasn't a thing.
Yeah, Dori, that is a very good point. Why did me as a Portuguese person have frozen meat? Frozen, yes. I asked, because it was, I loved it. It was a once-a-week treat. And I got to tell you, I was reminded of it the other day because I had a taste for it. And then I figured, you know what? I'm going to get disgusting now. I probably loosened a piece of food that was stuck in my teeth, and then I coughed up phlegm at the same time, and it probably gave me the same sensation as in the Mr. Fenta steak. Oh God, we love that. We love that. Dori, did you not watch it, but you aware of that man, Alex Honnold, who climbed a tower this weekend? He climbed with no ropes, no nothing, and went up the world's largest tower, right? And we watched this thing. And listen, most people are watching it because I think 30% want to see a man really overcome the odds. 70% want to see him fall. That's why we were watching it.
Terrible. That is terrible.
Same reason we watched Jake Paul fight Mike Tyson. 10% want to see a fight. 90% want to see Mike Tyson, just that little trigger go off in his head and he knocks
bite off both his ears.
Exactly, right? Yes, exactly. So that's why it's fascination, right? So he does the stunt, and I go, yeah, people loved stunts. They love stunts. They love the shit. And people are stunts, I said. Can I tell you about, here's the stats of Alex Honnold. He climbed the Taipei, this building in Taipei, 508-meter skyscraper, and he did it in 90 minutes.
And then he had to come down, or does somebody helicopter him off?
I assume a lift. I assume there was a lift.
Yeah.
Now that's very miraculous in countries where safety is a big thing. You go to some countries, and if a contractor is up on a ladder on a roof, he's got a safety harness on, right? So on a one-story, he's got a safety harness. South Africa, I've seen window cleaners up 7-8-story buildings just hanging over there. Remember in our the studio, the one day I told you about the guy hanging off the banister, freehand painting it? So I'm kind of yeah, it's good, but let's see. We got trained surfers in South Africa. But it got me looking into some other stunts of the 80s, okay? Some things that people were doing on the same level. So let me tell you about Karl Suchek, right? He was a Canadian stuntman. This happened a few times where people were throwing themselves off Niagara Falls in barrels.
Oh, yes.
Do you kind of remember this thing being a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
And so he, 2nd July 1984, put himself in a barrel, roll me, I'm going, and he survived with some cuts and bruises. He was killed in January 1985, so only 6 or 7 months later, when a barrel
doing
drops.
The same thing or in another way?
It was, so barrels are his thing. He's the barrel guy.
Oh.
A barrel drop stunt at the Houston Astrodome went fatally wrong. I didn't look into it, but I can assume big dome, dropped the barrel from the roof, died. I'm expecting that. You know what I mean? Like Niagara Falls is what things can happen. There's different, water can bounce. You don't know.
Yeah.
So he died. There was quite a few.
Niagara Falls? Have you been to Niagara Falls?
I've never. No, you have been, haven't you?
I have. I would not want to go over those falls in anything. Like not even like one of those big pod balls. Those balls that you roll down the hill. Like no, they're very hectic.
If you put in a barrel in any situation, you're in for a bad time. You understand what I mean? So I think, throwing it into other things. So that was one. He wasn't the only one. Lots of people were throwing themselves in barrels. I got to say, way more interesting than a man climbing a tower for 90 minutes.
Very true. Very true. At least quick.
It wasn't riveting. Yeah, quick. Very quick. Daredevils, motorcycle daredevils, a guy called Gary Wells. He tried to do a motorcycle jump over the Caesar's Palace fountains. We see those Caesar Palace, the water fountains. We see that in movies. Evil Knievel did it.
Yes.
Guess what? He didn't. He crashed and hurt himself very badly. Okay, so Gary Wells did not go well.
Because this isn't the kind of thing you can... I suppose you could practice it elsewhere and measure it out and all that kind of thing, but... Yeah.
I don't think you can ever perfectly replicate wind speed and chill and real feel, We all get thrown by the temperature when it's real feel. Imagine when I'm jumping over with a motorbike. I can't believe this one happened, but I somehow do remember it. Larry Walters doing the lawn chair balloon flight.
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay, so he tied dozens of helium balloons to a lawn chair and it lifted him to 16,000 feet. He was floating in a controlled airspace near the LAX airport. And to get down, he had to shoot down the balloon. He had to shoot the balloons.
So American. What is more American than this? Between the lawn chair and the gun.
And not thinking it through, goes, fuck, I'm up here. Shit, how am I going to get down? Ended up he had to be rescued from power lines, but he was unharmed. That's quite a crazy one. And then another daredevil, rocket car. He tried to do a long distance, longest jump type of thing, the longest jump at the highest speed. And then he crashed. And you get in a rocket car, it's going to blow up. And that's what happened to him. So that is Ken Carter blowing up in a rocket car. Do the balloons. Of all of those, I'm doing the balloons, but not that high.
Absolutely. No. I'm not doing a barrel.
No.
And I'm not climbing anything because I have fear of heights. Yeah.
Me too.
Fear of heights. I won't get very high up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about the balloons. Not too many balloons. Maybe one of those like for your birthday. When you get the big numbers for your birthday. Let's see how that will take me. That's what I'm floating on.
Yeah, I'd have to be strapped into that lawn chair big time because fear of heights.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Dori, you told me you watch Shrinking.
I do watch Shrinking, yes.
Do you know that on this very day, as we record this, 20th of January, season 3 has come out?
I believe so.
Have you seen the trailer?
I have not.
Watching the trailer, I don't watch Shrinking. I can see the merit. Don't watch it. I can see it can be a good show. I'm not going to shit on it. Watching the trailer, and it seems that Harrison Ford's character develops Parkinson's. And
he's had it from the start.
Okay, he has it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So the final scene of the trailer, he's sitting in a doctor's office and the patient next to him turns to him, says, what are you here for? He says, I'm here for Parkinson's. And he says, you? He says, oh no, I'm just here to get a haircut. Michael J. Fox.
And it's Michael J. Fox.
is in the new season of Shrinking.
I'm so excited. Now I'm extra excited because it's a great show. And I'll tell you, it led me to discover one of my new favorite actors, Brett Goldstein, which led me to, I know you've probably watched Ted Lasso, right?
So Ted Lasso is a little bit too sweetie for me, but I love his character,
Really?
Roy Kent. I only watch it for Roy Kent. That's the only reason I watch it. I will fast forward every part that he's not in.
I now swear in Roy Kent. Like, literally when I swear, which is often, I swear like Roy Kent. I channel Roy Kent when I'm angry, because who else are you going to do it, right? Like, I mean, it's great. But I am very late to the party on Ted Lasso. I am making my way through it, loving it. Do you know, though? I'm sure you know, because I know you follow Rick Astley on social media. There was a Rick Astley moment on Ted Lasso. I'll give you the context. One of the characters, her father dies, and she has to do the eulogy in the church, and she kind of gets up to talk, and the words don't come. She's overwhelmed with emotion. So she starts singing Never Gonna Give You Up, because it was one of her dad's favorite songs. And the whole church joins in. But now I'm waiting for Rick Astley to actually make an appearance on the show, because it has to happen at some point.
You would think that's going to happen. But it's a lot of sweet and very nice people going on there. So they all have found a kindred spirit. To finish off with Michael J. Fox on Shrinking, is that he's not just doing a cameo. He's part of the cast. And he decided he's coming back in because obviously the theme of the season is going to deal with Harrison Ford's Parkinson's. And Michael J. Fox phoned the creator, who he knows. They work together on Spin City. And he says, you're doing a character arc about Parkinson's and you've not phoned me. He said, well, I never thought you'd want to do it. He said, when do you need me? I'm in. So he is in it. And they say, look, they're just going to roll with it. They say, if ever there was a chance for you to not worry about your condition, it's going to be this. And we're just going to work through the scenes and we're just going to go with it. And so he is making his comeback. All the stars have said it's fantastic working with him. So maybe a reason for me to start with Shrinking. I did see a couple of others 80s adjacent people in there. So I might just start for the build-up to Michael J. Fox. So good to see him back in the spotlight.
And also to see Brett's non-Roy Kent character. It's worth it.
I kind of like seeing a Smurf without a hat. I'm not quite sure if I'm ready for it. So last week, the 80s nerd sphere, of course, was filled up with news of the new He-Man movie. And everyone very excited. Even celeb savant Barrett Edelstein is excited.
That was a surprise.
He's very cynical of everything. He's got a very curated societal and cultural palette. So for me to think that he'd enjoy something like Masters of the Universe, like, oh shit. So he loves it. He's super excited. He isn't even talking about when they're making a Thundercats movie. So I'm like, wow. So if he's excited, now we're excited. We're really into it.
Yes.
And of course, people, Jared Leto is going to play Skeletor. We've got Idris Elba in there. Alison Brie is Evil Lynn. So a good cast, good people in it. Dolph Lundgren is definitely going to be in it. I'm telling you, I think Dolph Lundgren is going to play He-Man's father, because
He-Man has a father?
Yes, so he's going to make a cameo as He-Man's father, because in it we see He-Man's mother, but we don't see his father.
Right.
So Dolph Lundgren is definitely going to make the cameo as his father.
Do that.
Yes, indeed.
That would be logical. It'll be very disappointing if that's not the case, though. Now that you've set that up as an expectation.
The nerds want it, it's going to happen. But it got me going. The original Master of the Universe movie from 1987, the one with Dolph Lundgren, where are the cast of that movie now? What did they do after He-Man, right? Because we know Dolph Lundgren, what he went on to. Before that, he was Ivan Drago, and then he kind of went into a bit of a B grade. You could always say it's in a B grade thing. And then Grace Jones possessed him for a while.
Just say it. He went on to
Dori.
become a nipple fetish.
Once a week, he posts a workout video. Okay, once a week.
Okay.
Holy shit! That man is granite. He is absolute granite. So let me go through some of the characters in the cast, and I've got one that you're really going to enjoy. So obviously, Skeletor was played by Frank Langella. He was the biggest and the most prestigious actor of them all. Was EGOT, Quadruple Threat, Broadway, TV shows, movies. And he was in movies like Frost and Nixon, The Trial of the Chicago 7. He was like a real big actor, known for his Shakespearean roles. So he was like real deal. And you can even see it. He completely went... He played Skeletor like a Shakespearean character, which is like, I think,
totally.
Is perfect. So it's like, what is Jared Leto going to do? I don't think he can play it completely serious because that's not who Skeletor is. But he can't be goofball. So let's see where he lands. You may have heard of somebody called Courtney Cox.
She went on to do a show. What was it called?
Yeah, I don't know. She had a cameo in some horror movie. She kind of like disappeared off the face. I don't know what happened to her. Something, don't really know about her. Something about one of the highest paid TV actresses of all time. Anyway, James Tolkan, who just plays generic authoritarian guy. He plays in this Detective Lubick, a cop. But he's the bald guy who you might not immediately know from Master of the Universe, but he plays generic principal because he was both the principal in Problem Child and he was Principal Strickland in the Back to the Future franchise. So he was Marty McFly's principal. Yeah. In Back to the Future. So he was, but he just plays like angry authority guy. But the one that you're going to like the most is Teela, who is He-Man's compatriot, not a love interest, never painted her as a love interest. But she was played in the original movie by Chelsea Field. Now, let me tell you, Chelsea Field was in shows like Airwolf. She went to be in movies like Harley Davidson, The Marlboro Man, and The Last Boy Scout. Good stuff. She spent a long time in one of the NCISs. Remember, NCIS had 1 billion of them. She was in one of them.
Yes. Yeah.
She is married and has been married for a long time to Scott Bakula of Quantum Leap fame.
Okay.
It's his wife. And they have 2 sons together. One of them, Owen Field. Oh, no, he goes by Owen Bakula. I've got to tell you, one of the most fabulous Instagrams I've come across in a long time. Scott Bakula's child is wild. A dancer, a performer, an entertainer. Do yourself a favor, Scott Bakula.
I'm going there right now. I'm on Instagram as we speak.
You have got yourself 2 new follows. This is a person that I want to spend some time with.
Dancer, singer, actor, model. I mean, just looking at the thumbnails and the avatar on this account, he is fabulous. He looks like Scott.
We have a new obsession. Scott Bakula's performer child. Dori, I got to watching a movie. I have just gone full on B grade this week for you. And I bring to you a movie called Fast Food, right? It is starring... Oh, Dori, what a movie. It stars Jim Varney. He's probably the biggest star of this. He's Ernest. Remember in the 80s, Ernest? Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest does Halloween. Yes, right? So it stars him. Let me tell you about this movie, right? So it's a college slacker movie. We meet these 2 college slackers, Augie and Drew, and they are constantly pulling elaborate scams at their college, right? The dean is so exasperated by them, he can't kick them out, but he goes, you know what, I'm done with you 2. I'm actually giving you early graduation. Congratulations, you guys, you graduated, to get them out of college, right? Quite a clever scheme to get them out of college, right? So now they're out in the streets, they go, fuck, okay, we kicked out of college, what are we going to do? So they have a friend whose father left her a petrol station, service station, and she's struggling along and she's going to sell it to Jim Varney's character, who's like this, plays a guy called Wrangler Bob Bundy, who owns a chain of burger joints, right? Fast food joints. And he wants to buy her a service station and turn it into, put one of his restaurants there. So these 2 guys, because they're hustlers, they go, listen, there must be a reason he wants it. He must understand there's a lot of traffic through here. Why don't we open the burger joint? Okay, so far, so 80s. So they open the burger joint, doesn't really work out, doesn't really happen. Then along the line, one of their friends who's still at university is working on a project where they're developing some sort of serum, and it's a serum that makes you lose your inhibitions. But because it's an 80s rom-com, lose your inhibitions means it makes you horny as hell. So,
of course. I was about to say, makes you take all your clothes off? Being 80s.
Constantly. So in desperation, they put the serum inside the burger sauce. And of course, they become the most popular burger joints in all the land. Okay.
This actually sounds fun. This sounds fun. Was it a fun movie?
It's a romp. It's very silly.
Don't tell me it's disappointing.
it goes from, one of these set pieces to set pieces. So once he finds out they got a secret source, now he's got to find out what is the secret source. Then they end up trying to sue over. It ends in the weirdest courtroom scene I think I've ever seen in my life. But Augie, the main character who's been a slacker his whole, Tracy Lords, a porn star apparently, she pops up within 30 seconds. So the first time they talk to her, she's taking a bath. And then the next time you see her, she takes her clothes off. So this is the sort of movie that we're dealing with here.
So they're boobs? There's boobs in the movie?
You don't see boobs. You don't see boobs, you don't see boobs, which is quite strange for this type of movie. So it ends up in this really weird court scene. Augie shows up to now defend everybody and obviously now find his calling that you assume he's going to become a lawyer now, but it's not that deep. It kind of doesn't go into it, just leaves that. Can I tell you, I found this thing on IMDb that gives you the plot keywords for certain movies. Okay. Do you want to know what the plot keywords for this movie are?
Oh, yes.
Pantyhose, in order. Pantyhose, panties, black panties, girl wears panties, sex comedy, porn actor in mainstream movie, hamburger. That's in order. So those are the most commonly associated search words for this movie.
That is funny.
I'll tell you what the thing about this movie is, right? So it's silly. It's so of the time. It is what it is. And it's a good way to pass an hour and 10 minutes. But it was made in 1989, right? Now, considering that movies like Weird Science and Zapped and these kind of like Mannequin, these kind of like mystical, creating a girlfriend, science experiments, hornball comedy were all mid-80s. So even at 1989, it feels very dated. It kind of feels like, why are they only getting to this sort of thing now?
I think I might give it a shot. Is it on YouTube?
Of course, it's on YouTube, Dori, and not even broken up. It's one of those very bad VHS rips, so the sound is quite tricky. Put on closed captions. Although, like, you'll go large parts of them talking and you won't miss anything. You pretty much...
I'm sure I'll follow the plot.
Dori, you want to play a quick game of 2 80s truths and a lie to finish off the show?
Always.
One day you're going to catch me out and say no. And I'm going to go, oh, okay, well, thanks for joining me, Dori. Goodbye. But anyway, this is not that week.
One day I'm going to ask you the questions. That's what.
Ooh, okay. That will be the twist. Just by pure coincidence, the 2 80s truths and a lie machine called my brain actually has 2 Nazi-based facts. I'm not trying to put anything across here. It just so happened that they came out in that order. And I didn't have time to look for a new one, to be honest with you. So let's go through them. 2 are true, 1 is a lie. Simpsons characters, you know Nelson Muntz, the bully, the ha-ha guy?
Yeah.
He is based on John Bender from the Breakfast Club. So he's this aloof, outside of the main circle bully, so much so that they even named him Nelson after Judd Nelson. That is fact number 1.
Okay. That makes sense.
Number 2, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark was banned in Ireland because it showed Nazis in a sinister light. The Irish censors felt it showed Nazis in a sinister light.
Okay.
And fact number 3, Duke Igthorn, the baddie from the Gummy Bears, the main baddie, who was always trying to capture them.
Your dukiness.
That's the dukiness. Him and his cronies, again, this is my second Nazi one, the Nazis were used as inspiration for them, for their militaristic, authoritarian, and their obsession with species purity. So that is the third fact. Nelson Muntz, based on John Bender. Indiana Jones, banned because they said Nazis are bad. The second Nazi one is that the Nazis were inspiration for his dookiness. 2 are true, 1 is a lie.
I think the Indiana Jones one's true.
I don't know how to answer this one because I've put it in a weird way. It's both true and a lie. So it wasn't Indiana Jones that was banned. It was actually Casablanca that was banned in Ireland because Ireland, as neutral in World War II, felt that if they put out a movie that showed the Nazis in a bad light, it would compromise their neutrality. So they initially banned it, and then they edited it to then make Nazis just more neutral. Okay.
Okay.
And then yes. So I like that factoid so much that I just changed it to an 80s movie. So it's like a very borderline thing. It's a very gray area thing. Just an interesting fact, I think.
Okay.
Indiana Jones was not banned in Ireland for showing Nazis in a sinister light. Yes, Nelson Muntz was based on John Bender and Judd Nelson's character from The Breakfast Club.
That was the next one I was going to say is true. So definitely your dookiness is fake.
Oh, no, wait, Dori. I've actually fucked this whole thing up. You see, I tricked myself. No, the Indiana Jones thing is the lie. The dookiness is true. See, I tricked myself.
Do you want to
here.
start over quickly? Do you want to quickly do this bit over?
No, this is fine. This is fine. Okay, let me go through this. Okay, I fucked the whole thing up, right? You see, it's the Nazis. It's the Nazis, yeah, right. So, Judd Nelson is true.
Yes.
His dookiness is also true. They were based on Nazis, okay? And then Disney made them tone it down. There used to be shitloads of gummy bears, and he wiped them all out. But we don't go into that law in the gummy bears. Right? So he actually wiped out the gummy bears. He wanted to kill those last few. Casablanca was banned. Indiana Jones wasn't banned. So Indiana Jones being banned is the lie, but a movie being banned for the Nazis being bad is true. Oh, God damn it.
I love it when the outtakes become part of the show. Like, this is behind the scenes in the scenes. So it's all good.
Do you know, I wasn't confident about doing 2 80s truths and a lie this week because I had half done them. Then I remembered I didn't have a third one. Then I should I just leave it? Then I thought I would leave. And then I was like, oh, I like that, but it's not really a lie. It's a lot. It's a lot.
You're forgiven.
Oh, look, this is probably why we're the number 9 80s show in the entire world. You know, when you get to number 1, you're a lot more polished. But this is what happens. You get thrown by Nazis killing gummy bears. Dori drinks brown liquid after 12, and I let Nazis derail my show. So, Dori, get yourself watch some thinking with Michael J. Fox. So you do that, spend your time doing that. Thanks for joining me. Goodbye.
Bye.